Hey guys, Worfs here. So this is going to be the first video for the Creative Decks series, where I get people to send in any creative ideas for their decks, and I'll play it directly in ranked and see how it goes. So for today, the first deck we have sent in is from Apelsinsaft. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. So he says this deck is okay. If Axe Grinder or Mystic Beast uses Mistral Guide to dash onto an enemy while they are empowered, combined with guaranteed face hits with Salmon, Wind Soldier, Mistral Guide, blah blah. Okay, so let's build the deck first, actually, and we'll go from there. So we start off with Crystal Flower, two of them, Mystic Beast, three, Biomancer, three, Axe Grinder, three, Prayer. Interesting. Running two prayers. Flash Salmon, I think three. Iona Smile, just one. Wind Soldier, three. Three Zealous Crusaders, interesting. And Mistral Guide. And Path to Paradise. How many? Three. And Yulani. Okay, so this is what the deck looks like. So he says if Axe Grinder or Mystic Beast gets to get onto the opponent well through the use of Mistral Guide, they actually do get the buff. And let's take a look. So I'm thinking Crystal Flower for easy removal because people really like Swallow, or rather not. Three Mystic Beast, Axe Grinders, very typical, the well synergy. Curious Biomancer. So this is very interesting in that it doesn't draw Mystic Beast, but it does get you Axe Grinder, Flash Salmons, Wind Soldiers, Zealous Crusaders, and I guess Yulani. It says non-blue creature. Yulani is one of everything, so I'm assuming it doesn't count. I'm actually not sure of the card interactions. We can see later. Kaleem's Prayer for the Flash Salmons, Wind Soldiers. So the interesting is that the Wind Soldiers and Flash Salmons are actually used to go face. So these give up to a total of 6/6, turning your, in best case scenario, your Zealous into a 9/9. Um, I feel like on first glance, the Mistral Guide will be the backbone of the backbone of the deck in that you need to use its utility for Axe Grinder Mystic Beast. Um, I think for the game plan, we'll start off with building deserts as those are the most prevalent. No soul drains, so that's something to keep in mind. There's no soul drains, but instead there are two Kaleem's prayers. Curious Biomancer, very standard for lands. Crystal Flower. Yulani. Okay. Path to Paradise. So I'm assuming you want to Path to Paradise on the opponent well to give them a further buff. So one thing that comes to mind is that there are no movement tricks aside from Mystic Beast and Mistral Guide. So Mistral Guide gives creatures dash to but not charge, so there's not a lot of mobility for your Axe Grinder. So I'm assuming Axe Grinders are going to be used mostly for value trades and pushing face in the late game, whereas Mystic Beast is a mid-game pressure maker. So let's get started then. Oh man, I've dropped so hard in ranked. It's why you don't hit God in the in the middle of the season, because everyone just gets placed above you, and then your ranking just goes down. But if you get God in the later in the season, you actually get placed in a normal kind of ish area, and it's hard for people to be placed above you because number one, you're already up there, and because no one else is gonna hit God that late. So let's take a look. All right, there we go. Again, Spitfire. So, oh, I forgot to screenshot the deck list. I'll get to that soon. So, Axe Grinder. We don't have anything else in opening hand. I'm not against just using Axe Grinder early game, right? We have a lot of pressure. So I think we're gonna Axe Grinder just near our... Oh, Rush. That's really interesting, actually. I don't know how this deck is gonna fare against Rush, because there's a lot of... It's very dependent on your opponent's will. So if we're staying here defending the entire time, I'm actually not sure how well this will fly. Rebel Glider, really? Wow, this is the first time I've seen that. Must be oh man, that's not a good draw. So I don't want to make land here. I'm actually gonna just try to block off as well as I can. Because if I make land here, he gets, well, either way he's gonna make land here, but um I kind of want to block the assault zone. Uh, damn, this is a really slow hand. I'm assuming this deck isn't very good against Rush at all. Yeah, I didn't want to move over here to trade with that because against Rush, especially this one, I feel like the late game is a lot stronger. So we are indeed landlocked a bit, but I want to put down the Flash Salmon as fast as possible. The Beast. Maybe I'll Flash Salmon Zealous Crusader. The trade here feels really bad. Or we can start working on going towards this face. Because Yulani is not good against Rush. 4 mana 2/2 doesn't help with the board at all. Zealous Crusader could get a trade off of that, so I'm not against it. I think against Rush, we don't actually want to be hitting face with the Salmon. We want to use it as a 1 mana card draw. We have enough mana to work with. The Zealous Crusader might be able to get a value trade, so I am going to trade this. I'm still going to continue building up to, what do you call it? Their wells, his well. So the Kaleem's Prayer is not a good draw here. I'm pretty sure he's very confused right now what's going on. So either way, the 3/3 does probably, hopefully, gets a value trade. I'm probably gonna build Lake. Yulani is 100% after we've stabilized. So I think he might be going for a Elderwood Embrace or some sort. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate, actually. No, we're getting value traded. So it's a little bit slow, so that's the good thing. Um, that's very good, actually. But we don't. Do we do this? Is this the right move? Is this the right move, guys? I'm thinking, okay, forest here, and then, but we don't have enough for the lakes. So I'm thinking lake, and then move up so we don't get value traded. Actually, no, I'm gonna go like, hmm. I don't want to get value traded, but at the same time, if the Zealous is gonna be healing me for that much, I'm not against it. I'd say we. I really want to save Path to Paradise, but is that even the right move? What's the clock on us, right? We move here, he hits us for 5. We're down to 11. Hits us for another 5. We can't outrace him unless we Path to Paradise the Mystic Beast, but we don't have the land for that. But I think that's just what we have to do. Move here, and then we'll put... Do we place Yulani? I think we do, right? We're gonna move Yulani over here. Oh, shoot. Um, Max Grinder. So next turn we're going to Path of Paradise and then Mystic Beast. Maybe I don't know. This is overall just not very this is not very good for us right now. So he can face or he can hit that trade. He can also move here to value trade, but then we get another value trade back and we can hit face activate Khalid's prayer. We do have another path to paradise though, so that's very, very strong. I think we're gonna be looking for another oh please value trade. Thank you. So I'm worried of a Verdant Force. That's what scares me the most right now. But I think we can start out racing him after we get our uh, Zealous Crusader off. Grove Guardian, okay. So he puts us on 2 turns to lethal. So that's very, very scary. Alright. So I'm thinking we don't have any other cards that cost more than one forest. So I'm thinking Prairie Prairie, and then we hit face, activate Kalim's Prayer, and then get a buff off on the jumper. So here we go. And then create a lake right here. And we're gonna Mystic Beast. So 6/5 is very strong actually. So how much damage do we put on? 9. And then oh man. I actually don't know if we can do this. So definitely we're not gonna Curious Biomancer. 100% no. That's just not correct. So he does actually put us down quite low. Nothing saves us against that, right? So we have to build a land here to attack. Okay. So that should be my turn for now. And then next turn I can do the double collect. And then I guess just start whacking face. I'm hoping he doesn't get a buff off of that. Okay, he does. So does that put us at lethal range? No, he needs one more buff. And we might be able to win. He has 1 mana to work with. I don't know. This is actually pretty nerve-wracking. We also put a clock on him, but the unlikely hero comes in. Wow. Can we do something to block this? I think unlikely hero's just gonna pick up the win for him, dude. Um, right now we need to work on not dying. So let's draw a card. I think this is it. We're not getting anything out of this. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's game. So, what do we need to not have that happen? Last Nightmare would be good. Let's quickly take a look. So I know I said I don't want to change the deck too much, but um, there are things that I definitely want to get rid of. Number one, get rid of the Prayers, Crusaders. Those haven't really. So this deck is mostly focused around the wells, so as such, I don't think uh, having one focused around face is necessarily a good idea. So we didn't draw the Crystal Flower though the entire game. That's actually really unlucky. So we could add in one more for the draw consistency. We could go for another Smile. Which flying? We have flat. So Smile draws us Flash, Salmon, Mistral Guide, 100% of the time. This deck's very good against control, I'm sure, because triple Path to Paradise is very strong. Yulani is also very strong. Curious Biomancer. A 3 mana 1/3 is really slow. I think 2 of them is more than enough. Uh, we're not going to be playing 3 in most games. And I think we need at least one Last Nightmare. And as a triple color deck, there should be we should put in a what do you call it? Earthcraft 100% of the time. So usually we want max Earthcraft. So what do we want to get rid of? Because Path to Paradise also kind of um, accomplishes that, but we want to be able to ramp, right? Like last game, we were ramping way too slow. It was awkward. There was an awkward moment where, we had to create a forest to Path of Paradise in order to, get everything off. So Mistral Guide. We didn't make use of the Mistral Guide. Let's actually get rid of the smile because it doesn't draw us too much stuff. Earthcraft, Crystal Flower. That's a little bit better, I think. So the deck overall does have a very low average mana cost, but it's not strong enough to be making use out of it. So, oh wait, we need to quickly get the deck list up here. All right, give me 1 second. Image. Okay, there we go. Let's move that over here. Nice. All right, there we go. We got the deck list. Let's go. So take a look one more. This deck is really fun though, I have to admit, even though we did lose that last game, this deck is definitely fun. If we drew the Crystal Flower, we actually could have won that. Earlier if we drew it before he managed to get Squeezer hidden with the Grove Guardian, that was definitely a win. I think Earthcraft is a great card, uh, in the fact that in the sense that we need more cycle. We want to draw into are Mystic Beasts. We want to draw into Mistral Guides. It's a cheap draw, land creation. Um, Overall, I think this multicolor deck is very, very fun to play. Still feel like we might need Soul Drains, but we'll see. Flash Salmon we actually might be able to get rid of in favor of Soul Drains because we have the Earthcraft for the draw. Two Biomancers, Iona Smile. We don't need a delayed draw. Oh, Yulani as well, right? So we have Yulani, that's one. Iona Smile, that's two more card draw. Three Earthcrafts, that's now seven. Seven cards. Curious Biomancer depends. So let's just say average one each. That's like worst case scenario. You know, that's 9 cards. We're drawing through 9 cards as long as we draw all of those aforementioned cards. So Flash Salmon could be good, could be bad. I don't know. Yulani, do we keep Yulani in opening hand? I don't think we do. You know what? We'll keep it because we want it. Rank 6. Let's go with a desert to start because most of our cards are desert based. Okay, he's taking it slow. So we're gonna start building up on one side of the wells. Just one color, one color, one color. I want to be able to put forest in a uh, less useful space. The only reason I put the lake here first is because worst case scenario, he suddenly does some explore wood elemental stuff. We might be able to react with a mystic beast. So far, he's building away from us. That signifies he's more mid-range than control. So I don't think we have anything to be scared of right now so far. We do have the last nightmares to help us with the game, Ancient Herald. So I'm assuming this is ramp. So last nightmare is very good against it. Um, let's build a thing here. So next turn we're gonna have our power turn. We're gonna be able to Yulani, what is it called? Path to Paradise, almost called Seed of Paradise. Don't know where that came from. Into the Mystic Beast. It's gonna be spicy. It's gonna be wonderful. So he's gonna explore. He's gonna double parry. No, he's not. So he's starting to get into the whole damage thing. So, do we want to build here to double collect? No, we don't, because we have what we need. So we're gonna mountain, Ilani here, path to paradise. Nice, nice. Create a lake, mystic beast, and we're gonna not put down biomancer for now. We want to be able to make the most out of biomancers. I'm looking for maybe a last nightmare on whatever he's gonna put down. He might be putting down his own Mystic Beast. Yeah, one mana Mystic Beast. Nice. I don't think we need a last nightmare that actually. Do we? He's gonna be hitting face for quite a bit. But we got the Mistral guide next turn. Hmm. Preemptive Elderwood Embrace. Wow. Funky, dude. That's funky. You got balls for it. I guess we'll start putting into collection. Um, we're not gonna, what do you call it? We're not gonna do too much funky stuff because I don't want to Mystic Beast. Because if we Mystic Beast, we have no way of getting rid of that. So now we're guaranteeing 6 to face. He's gonna have 5 mana to work with, up to 6. He doesn't have the lands for the whale yet, so we still have time to search for more um, damage. So he's not gonna be putting pressure on us actually this turn. He's probably setting up more. That covers up. That covers a lot. So he might Frogify? Frogify. So he's switching places to use that to put pressure. I think honestly that was a misplay. He should not be doing that. Um, what do we want here? We have so many cards, not enough mana to play all of them. So we don't want that to be able to trade, right? Well, either way, that's going to be getting it in. It's going to be getting a hit. So we're going to put a lake where? He hits here. We need something here, right? So we can win Soldier next turn. Um, or we could win Soldier right now, but I want to set up another Mystic Beast. So we're gonna be putting a lake where? You know what? We don't even need to do that. We can just double prairie. Because we already have all the lands needed to set up. So Mystic Beast here. Don't think we're gonna Iona Smile. We don't need it. We already have all our flyings. So we're both double collecting right now, but I do have a slight mana advantage. So he'll move here, trade. I can get it in again in another shot at face, win Soldier hit, and look for answers. So I'm worried he might put down a Colossus actually. Colossus would really ruin my day. Ancient Boar. Okay, never mind. So we do have a faster clock than him so far. But he does also have a lot of mana. So we might want to start looking for removal or other forms of control. He might taunt. Taunt, yeah. I don't think it's a bad time to start setting up Mistral guides. Okay, what can we do here? We can actually Wind Soldier. What? Mistral Guide and Wind Soldier that? Nah. We're still gonna Wind Soldier this. But he's gonna be pushing 9 of face. We want to hurry up our clock as fast as possible. So we want to Wind Soldier that, but at the same time, we also want to be hitting face. Mistral Guide, here into Wind Soldier could actually work. I'll put Wind Soldier first. Here. Then Mistral Guide here. Hit face. Next turn we can Mistral Guide, hit that. Or, if we're lucky, we just top deck a Last Nightmare, mana it out, kill it, and then just win. That's like best case scenario, but there's no way he doesn't have some sort of control to, you know, deal damage to me. I'm really, really, I think we really need Soul Drains here. Like, Soul Drains are 100% like needed, so he's probably gonna Frog Fight that actually. So single buff and buff card, I think we lose, right? Yeah. He's gonna Frogify the lower priority target. Interesting. He's not gonna trade. I'm gonna draw a card. That's not. Could have used that last turn. So we still haven't gotten any of our flowers yet, which is very interesting. Um, Definitely not happy about it. So I guess we'll just fish. Do they run any haste shenanigans? I don't think they would. I'm gonna count on that they don't run haste. And I'll put something here. But I'm assuming they won't run haste, right? Either way, I think this is it. He either top decks uh he either top decks some sort of buff or, you know, we just die. So he's drawing. Hopefully he doesn't get it. He's two off, so praying that he doesn't have anything. Ancient Boar, 1 mana. Oh, we won. Oh, wow. Okay, that's great. Oh man, good game. So one thing that went horribly wrong, number one, is that we didn't draw any flowers the entire game, which was disgusting actually, because that is such a good card. So what do we not use there? We didn't need the Iona Smile. We didn't have space for another Biomancer. The Flash Salmons were okay, but we only used uh, one for draw, one for attack. We want to use that space for Soul Drain. Soul Drain's just so good. There's no reason not to run it. Um, the Earthcrafts we didn't get. Damn, Earthcraft. Crystal Flower. 6 cards. Bottom like 10, dude. Wow. Mistral Guides were actually very solid there. We actually didn't end up using that combo because I feel like this combo is very, very slow, right? We have 2 deserts plus another one, so that's 3 lands with oh, actually it could work, right? Because again, stash 2 flying, so we could Mistral Guide the Axe Grinder because it's flying, but that requires a Mistral Guide Axe Grinder opening hand, which is very slow. Okay, let's give it one last shot. All right, I need to quickly update the deck list. Let's quickly grab the screenshot. So I know I said uh, I wasn't really planning to make too many changes, but I think this is so far, I guess, what would be the most optimal list. Optimal list. And let's give it one last spin. I think Soul Dreams are way too good to not run. Soul Dreams are just solid remove all around. It heals you, increases your clock, uh, clears your enemy's creatures. So I guess the fundamental has changed a bit. This deck is a lot more uh, slower now. This deck is a lot slower. Taking out the Kalim's Prayer, taking out the Zealous Crusader in favor for more control-y, mid-rangey cards, Soul Drain, Last Nightmare, Earthcrafts. So with this one, we're going to be focused mostly on balancing out Yulani's terrible stats with overly buffed creatures at opponent wells. Earthcraft, Path to Paradise both help you rush there immensely quickly. Path to Paradise, interesting card. I've only seen it play against me once. Uh, I think it was Modnick actually on ladder. He was playing a yellow rush that ran Path to Paradise. He would desert, uh, forest into mountain into another, and then path. Ooh, Kaiser. He would desert, forest, mountain, Path of Paradise, desert, and this just send like a 4/1 monk to my face. So we're gonna be getting rid of all of that. Okay. So as usual, we're gonna be starting off with desert, and we're just gonna pass. The number 24 against 210. It's not a fair fight. And he's playing Rush? Oh my god. Top 24. I'm number 24 playing Rush. Hello. So we want to Earthcraft to search for something, right? Ugh, that's bad. Okay, I'm gonna use that to draw. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. We could use that to get rid of the Zealous. So against this deck, he's going to Wind Soldier. He has a Wind Soldier 100%. So I'm thinking we want to get started with the counter push. So Prairie, next turn Mountain, Path of Paradise, Mountain, Axe Grinder, which gives us more than enough for the 4 lands to swallow a creature. We can honestly Wind Soldier's face just to increase our clock next turn. I think that's what we're going to do. He's not going to see this coming. He's not going to see this coming. He can rush my face all he wants. Origin Monk, no problem. Kalim's Prayer, no problem. Never mind. He's just got a million monks. Starting to be a little bit of problem. So I don't. So we gotta like hurry up the clock here. Shaitan Demon, very nice. So we're gonna do this. Path to Paradise, create a mountain. That. And then we're going to get rid of that. So we want to start searching for soul drains now. We're gonna Lake here attack, and then just I guess bash face. He's getting a lot of card draw. It's kind of worrisome. Flash Salmon. That means he has the Zealous Crusader in hand. Oh, Lord of the Waste. Never mind. So I think he just threatens lethal on board, right? Yeah, he just lethals us next turn. Hmm. So unlucky. Playing Rush when you're already number 24. Wow. Okay, can't say much. Mm, I feel like this deck is very, very good against control. So if you're going to be playing against control meta, um, this is definitely what I think you should be aiming for. This deck is very, very fun to play, actually. I think against Rush, you're going to suffer, as most control combo decks will. Uh, we could have played it safe, with the Axe Grinder. I think that was a misplay, but we don't have a whole lot of clear. Usually in color decks, there's also, Cypher's Wrath, Flame Burst, and stuff to help with actually surviving early game. Uh, this one's very, very combo based. I'm not gonna, be afraid to say that I want to see the Biomancer just go completely, get rid of all the Flesh Salmons. Uh, we want to keep the core of the deck, so 100% we want Cypher's Wrath. It's just too good for clearing. Helps you survive against early aggro, helps increase your clock along with Soul Drain. This deck is all about just increasing your clock, right? You want to be able to survive until mid to late game, where you have your plus 2 buff on, Axe Grinder, Mystic Beast. You have a 6/5 jump, a 7/4, next to your face. That's like 2 turn kill, right? 2 turn lethal. Um, so I'd say against that game against Kaiser, we should not have gone uh up to try to increase clock, because at the moment I just saw that he had the Origin Monks. It was not much to be afraid of, and then within the next turn, he just plopped down 100 things, typical for Yellow Rush. And this is what I would say the optimal deck list looks like. You're gonna want to start off with some sort of removal in your hand. Uh, the Mystic Beast is very good. It increases the clock. It's pretty fast, but I feel like this deck is mostly just for fun. It's kind of hard with the current meta right now. There's a lot of faster mid-range tempo aggro decks on ladder, and this deck is going to suffer. But against, any other deck, I'd say any slower mid-range to control deck, this deck just rocks. It just punishes so hard. You know, most control decks, they try to build onto both wells to control both sides. Uh, Earthcraft, Path to Paradise rushes to the wells faster than control decks can, because control runs a lot more removal than land ramp or land generation, other than green blue whales. So I'd say Yulani is very good. It 99% of the times it draws you exactly what you want, right? Now we guarantee the Mystic Beast with this. We guarantee Axe Grinder or Cypher's Wrath, both very good. The yellow is a little bit weak in that, sometimes you want a Soul Chain, but then you get a Mistral Guide. You want a Last Nightmare, and then you get a Wind Soldier instead. Kind of awkward in the yellows, but usually uh, it should be good, right? All of these are pretty good removal, and you got the Mistral Guide. So this deck, you have removal, Crystal Flower, Cypher's Wrath, Soul Drain, Wind Soldier, Last Nightmare. So you have a lot of forms of removal to survive the early game into the mid to late game. Earthcraft, Path to Paradise for the land ramp, the speeding up, racing to your opponent's wells before they can kind of set up anything else. Mystic Beast, Axe Grinder, Mistral Guide, the main win conditions, bashing your opponent with super high attack creatures thanks to Path to Paradise. Um, Yulani, like I said, is kind of like the core to get draw consistency. This deck consistency is very, very strong. And Earthcraft to help you draw. So I'd say overall, this is what I would consider the optimal deck list for this deck to look like. Um, I'll definitely put all of the links with the variations of the deck list in the video description down below. So whichever one you guys like most, give it a try. I'll put all iterations of the deck list down. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.